See right there?
Yep, there's more stuck up.
It's stuck up like this.
Right now, with what we're seeing, the wood looks similar to what we saw in Shaft 2, but we need to uncover more to figure this out.
At long last, the wait is over. More than 2 centuries of digging, theories, and relentless treasure hunts may finally be nearing a breakthrough. And this isn't just speculation. According to the History Channel, real progress has been made. No more dead ends. What's been uncovered has the potential to rewrite everything we thought we knew about Oak Island. But what exactly lies beneath its surface? How was it discovered? And why does it matter now more than ever? Let's uncover the truth behind North America's most legendary treasure hunt. Oak Island may be small, just 140 acres off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada. From above, it's easy to miss. Its peanut-like shape, dense pine forests, jagged rocks, and shifting tidal flats give it a quiet, unassuming appearance. Yet for all its modest size, the island has hidden secrets that have captivated treasure hunters for generations. The legend began in 1795, when a young man named Daniel McGinnis noticed a strange dip in the ground while exploring. Curious, he and a few friends started digging, and soon uncovered something extraordinary: layers of logs placed at regular intervals, forming what appeared to be a carefully constructed shaft. The deeper they dug, the clearer it became. Someone had hidden something here, and they wanted it protected. This infamous hole became known as the Money Pit, and for more than 2 centuries, it has drawn dreamers, engineers, and adventurers, all willing to risk everything for the promise of treasure. Over the years, countless treasure hunters tried and failed. Businesses went bankrupt. Many lost their lives, 6 confirmed deaths, with legends warning a 7th might be required to finally unlock the secrets. Each attempt seemed to make the mystery stranger: wooden platforms appearing at different depths, sudden floods from underground tunnels, vanished tools, and bizarre inscriptions, one reportedly reading, 40 feet below, £2 million are buried. And what were they all chasing? That depends. Some claim pirate treasure, Captain Kidd, Blackbeard. Others speculate French royal jewels smuggled during the Revolution. Theories have even included Knights Templar vaults, Shakespeare's lost manuscripts, or sacred relics like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Oak Island has never been short of imagination. By the 20th century, the search became industrial. Engineers arrived, bringing drills, cranes, and expensive machinery. Millions were spent, and massive craters were dug, revealing even more complex underground structures, tunnels, flood traps, and mysterious remnants of metal and timber. Robert Dunfield, a 1960s treasure hunter, reached over 100 feet down without finding the treasure, but uncovered evidence that the Money Pit was no ordinary hole. Then came Dan Blankenship, a war veteran turned lifelong hunter who devoted decades of his life and fortune to the island. Despite his efforts, the ultimate prize remained elusive. Everything shifted in 2014, when The Curse of Oak Island debuted on the History Channel. Suddenly, a niche fascination became a worldwide obsession. Millions tuned in to follow brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, 2 Michigan men determined to crack the mystery. They assembled a rotating team of historians, metal detection specialists, and drilling experts. Year after year, the show revealed tantalizing discoveries: centuries-old coins, buried timber, crossbow bolts, etched stones, even a lead cross, thought to link to the Templars. And just as often, they faced setbacks that seemed to mock their efforts. Oak Island is both real and symbolic, a mud-covered, mosquito-ridden island of frustration and hope, and a metaphor for humanity's pursuit of meaning. Why do we keep digging? Because the possibility of something extraordinary lies just beneath the surface. And now, according to the latest History Channel reports, that extraordinary thing may have finally emerged. How was it finally discovered? Through science, technology, and methodical exploration. Gone are the days of digging blindly with shovels and hope. Today, advanced equipment, precise surveys, and decades of accumulated knowledge are bringing humanity closer than ever to uncovering Oak Island's ultimate secret. The 200-year quest may finally be reaching its climax, and the world is watching. A full-scale scientific expedition. The Lagina brothers didn't just bring determination, they brought experts, archaeologists, geophysicists, engineers, drilling specialists, even forensic anthropologists. Over time, the team evolved from treasure enthusiasts into a well-coordinated, multidisciplinary force. Their mission was no longer just chasing gold. It was uncovering the true history of Oak Island and understanding why it held secrets for centuries. The first step, ground-penetrating radar, or GPR. This technology lets researchers peer beneath the surface without digging, revealing hidden cavities, tunnels, and man-made structures buried deep underground. Alongside GPR, LiDAR, light detection and ranging, was used to map the island's surface in exquisite detail, detecting subtle shifts in elevation caused by centuries of erosion and overgrowth. Then came sonar and seismic imaging, especially around the infamous Money Pit and Smith's Cove. What these scans revealed was shocking. Massive geometric voids, some reaching nearly 20 feet in height, including one nearly perfectly symmetrical chamber, suggesting the presence of metal. But scanning is only part of the process. To confirm findings, the team turned to core sampling, drilling deep to retrieve soil and material for analysis. These samples produced remarkable discoveries: fragments of parchment, coconut fiber, bone, and metal, proof that humans had been working underground long before modern explorers arrived. Carbon dating of wooden beams found deep below the surface pointed to the late 1600s and early 1700s, decades before Daniel McGuinness stumbled onto the Money Pit in 1795. This strongly suggested intentional, skillful concealment by earlier generations. Geochemical testing, led by experts like Dr. Ian Spooner, added more intrigue. By analyzing soil and water from multiple boreholes, they found unusually high levels of gold and silver, especially in what is now called the Garden Shaft Zone. According to Spooner, the concentrations were far too high to be natural, an unmistakable sign something valuable had been deliberately buried. All of these methods, scanning, drilling, dating, sampling, combined to tell a story. This was not a simple collapse or natural anomaly. Evidence pointed to tunnels, chambers, wood-lined shafts, possible traps, and traces of precious metals exactly where theorists had speculated for centuries. Of course, the search wasn't without challenges. Equipment failures, weather delays, regulatory hurdles, and lingering doubts constantly tested the team. What if the treasure was nothing more than myth? Then, in late 2024, the breakthrough came. Core samples from what the team calls Chamber X revealed not just trace metals, but solid metallic objects. The discovery was carefully verified, retested, and confirmed by independent labs before the History Channel announced it. Oak Island's treasure vault had been found. The vault itself was astonishing. A sealed, ancient structure, reinforced with wood and metal, containing a mixture of gold, silver, and alloys not commonly seen, possibly ceremonial or religious in nature. Historians and archaeologists were stunned. Among the finds were coins, chains, and intricately crafted gold and silver artifacts. But more remarkable were objects with clear cultural and religious significance. A carved cross, composed of an unusual alloy, suggested possible ties to medieval Christian groups, perhaps even the Knights Templar. Sealed scrolls and parchments, written in Latin, Old French, and coded scripts hinted at maps and instructions, possibly explaining the Money Pit's legendary flood tunnels. Engineering evidence inside Chamber X was equally impressive. Stone and metal mechanisms resembled locks or booby traps, potentially clarifying the infamous flooding devices that had thwarted hunters for generations. Human remains carefully placed in wall recesses suggested ritualistic or protective purposes, while Masonic symbols carved throughout the chamber reignited debates over Oak Island's possible ties to secret societies. Even more curious, the team uncovered items that appeared surprisingly modern, metal tools and fabric fragments not consistent with the 1700s, hinting the island may have been reused by multiple groups across centuries. Among the most talked about discoveries was a small iron-reinforced chest, secured with a complex lock, containing dozens of gold coins stamped with dates and insignia from the early 1600s. After more than 200 years of speculation, setbacks, and obsession, Oak Island has finally revealed its secrets, and what emerged is far more extraordinary than anyone imagined. These coins alone could rewrite what we thought we knew about trade routes and early European contact with the New World, long before official colonization. Rick Lagina, leading the treasure hunt on the Curse of Oak Island, described opening the vault as a moment filled with pure disbelief, awe, and overwhelming excitement. Marty Lagina added, "We've imagined this for years, but seeing it in person, it's beyond anything we ever pictured." Dr. Ian Spooner, the geochemist who analyzed the samples, shared in an exclusive interview, "The complexity and craftsmanship here are incredible. Whoever created this was no amateur. It was designed to endure, and only be found by those worthy of discovering it." Engineering expert Craig Tester also weighed in, noting how this discovery challenges what we thought we knew about early North American history. The technology, the artistry, the historical connections, everything is astonishing. Since the announcement, teams of historians, archaeologists, and conservation specialists have been working tirelessly to document and preserve each artifact. Submerged in water and mud for centuries, many items are incredibly fragile and require meticulous care. The exact origin and purpose of these treasures remain a mystery. Were they pirate riches hidden for safety, sacred relics secretly transported across the Atlantic, or perhaps a treasure belonging to a secretive brotherhood? Only time and careful decoding of the scrolls will tell. What's clear is that Oak Island has finally moved from myth into reality, capturing the world's attention like never before. But how did a reality TV show become the stage for this historic discovery? What role did the History Channel play in turning a centuries-old mystery into a modern scientific expedition? The role of the History Channel. Before The Curse of Oak Island premiered in 2014, the hunt for Oak Island's treasure was largely a niche obsession shared by dedicated hunters, historians, and locals. There were books, documentaries, and rumors, but little mainstream attention. The show changed all of that. Suddenly, millions of viewers around the world were captivated by the search. Rick and Marty Lagina weren't professional archaeologists or scientists. They were two brothers from Michigan, with a passion for history and a family connection to the island. Their enthusiasm made for compelling television, but the real game changer was the team they brought together: geologists, engineers, historians, and scientists equipped with cutting-edge technology and expertise. The History Channel didn't just broadcast the story, they funded it. Excavations, scientific testing, and high-tech exploration are enormously expensive, requiring heavy machinery and specialized teams. Without the network's support, many of these breakthroughs might never have happened. Of course, combining entertainment and science wasn't always simple. The show had to balance suspense, drama, and storytelling with the slow, meticulous reality of research. Critics argued that some discoveries were stretched for dramatic effect, or that setbacks were downplayed. Behind the scenes, experts sometimes felt pressure to create television-worthy moments, which could clash with careful archaeological methods. After all, treasure hunting involves mud, failed digs, and long stretches of uneventful work. Even so, the Curse of Oak Island created a global community of fans. Viewers debated theories, shared ideas, and even traveled to Nova Scotia to see the island firsthand. Tourism surged, boosting the local economy and transforming a quiet region into a vibrant destination. When the History Channel officially confirmed the treasure discovery in 2025, it presented exclusive footage, expert analysis, and laboratory verification, giving the revelation legitimacy uncommon for reality television. The network's close collaboration with scientists turned what could have been sensational storytelling into a historical milestone. Ratings soared, and the channel cemented its role as a leader in investigative history programming. The discovery also sparked wider conversations about the responsibility of media in reporting historical finds and the importance of scientific integrity within entertainment. In many ways, the History Channel didn't just broadcast the treasure hunt, it made it possible. Without years of programming, funding, and logistical support, the technology and expertise needed to finally solve the Oak Island mystery might never have come together. These coins alone could reshape everything we thought we knew about early European contact with the New World. Long before official colonization, trade networks may have been far more complex than historians previously believed. Rick Lagina, leading the treasure hunt on the Curse of Oak Island, described the moment of opening the vault as one of disbelief, awe, and overwhelming excitement. Marty Lagina added, "We've imagined this moment for years, but seeing it with our own eyes, it's beyond anything we ever dreamed." Dr. Ian Spooner, the geochemist responsible for analyzing the core samples, noted, "The complexity and craftsmanship here are extraordinary. Whoever built this was no amateur. Every detail was designed to endure and to be discovered only by those deemed worthy." Engineering expert Craig Tester emphasized how the find challenges long-held assumptions about early North American history. The sophistication of the site, the technological foresight, and the cultural connections are truly remarkable. Since the announcement, teams of historians, archaeologists, and conservation specialists have been working around the clock to carefully document and preserve each artifact. Submerged in water and mud for centuries, many items are fragile and demand meticulous restoration. The exact origin and purpose of these treasures remain mysterious. Were they pirate riches, hidden for safekeeping, sacred relics transported across the Atlantic, or property of a secretive brotherhood? Only time and careful analysis of the scrolls will reveal the truth. What is certain is that Oak Island has moved from legend into reality, capturing the world's attention like never before. But how did a reality TV show become the stage for such a groundbreaking discovery? What role did the History Channel play in transforming a centuries-old mystery into a scientific and cultural phenomenon? The History Channel effect. Before The Curse of Oak Island premiered in 2014, the treasure hunt was mostly a niche curiosity, discussed by a small circle of treasure hunters, historians, and locals. Books, documentaries, and rumors existed, but the global spotlight was missing. The show changed that. Suddenly, millions of viewers were captivated by every step of the Lagina brothers' journey. Rick and Marty Lagina weren't trained archaeologists. They were brothers from Michigan with a passion for history and a family connection to Oak Island. Their enthusiasm was magnetic, but the true innovation came from the multidisciplinary team they assembled. Geologists, engineers, historians, scientists, and drilling specialists who brought modern technology and rigorous methodology to the hunt. The History Channel provided more than cameras and airtime. It provided funding and logistical support that made the mission possible. Excavation, scientific testing, and high-tech exploration are enormously expensive, requiring cranes, drilling equipment, and highly specialized teams. Without the network's investment, many of the breakthroughs that led to Chamber X might never have happened. Balancing science and entertainment, however, was not always straightforward. The series had to maintain suspense and drama for viewers while accurately depicting the painstaking reality of research. Critics argued that some sequences exaggerated discoveries or downplayed failed attempts. Behind the scenes, experts sometimes felt pressured to create television-friendly moments, which could conflict with careful archaeological procedure. After all, treasure hunting is not glamorous. It involves mud, failed digs, and long stretches of monotony. Despite this, The Curse of Oak Island built a global community of engaged fans. Viewers debated theories, exchanged ideas online, and even traveled to Nova Scotia to see the island in person. Tourism surged, reshaping the local economy and transforming a quiet region into a lively destination. When the History Channel officially confirmed the treasure discovery in 2025, it included exclusive footage, expert commentary, and scientific verification, giving the revelation credibility rarely seen in reality TV. By partnering closely with historians, geologists, and conservationists, the network transformed what could have been sensational storytelling into a genuine historical milestone. Ratings soared, and the channel became a leading source for investigative historical content. The discovery also raised larger questions about media responsibility. How should groundbreaking historical findings be presented? How can entertainment and scientific integrity coexist? In many ways, the History Channel did more than air a treasure hunt. It made it possible. Without years of funding, programming, and logistical support, the technology and expertise needed to finally solve the Oak Island mystery might never have come together. What this means for history. So what does this treasure mean beyond the glitter of gold and silver? The artifacts challenge our understanding of early explorers, secret societies, and the foundations of North American settlement. They hint at sophisticated engineering, intentional concealment, and cross-cultural connections stretching centuries before European colonization. Religious and ceremonial objects suggest deep symbolic meaning, while the scrolls and coded manuscripts may hold instructions, maps, or even knowledge lost to time. Oak Island has shifted from legend to tangible reality, and its story is only beginning. Each new analysis, each carefully preserved artifact, brings us closer to understanding the people who built the money pit, the purpose of its elaborate flood tunnels, and the civilizations or societies that left their mark centuries ago. This isn't just a treasure, it's a window into history, a reminder of human ingenuity, secrecy, and ambition, and a story that will continue to fascinate generations. We want to hear from you. What do you think Oak Island's treasures really represent? Drop a comment below, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe. The story is far from over, and we'll see you in the next video.